Welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway here on NASCAR Heat 5. We are live here for round 6 of the 2023 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series season. Stage 2 is now underway for the High Draft 500 at Atlanta here on NASCAR Heat 5 live on the NOSSCAR Series Racing YouTube channel. Trey Hollywood in the number 20 Toyota won stage 1 with a wild dive bomb on the number 24 of Aaron Garcia. Now they are bumper to bumper, nose to tail, 1 and 2 to start stage 2. Carter Smith in the 2 car runs in third. He is the pole sitter for this race, picking up his first career pole award in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. Landon Jenkins, Dustin Franklin, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., the rest of your top 6 up in this lead group. I am NOSSCAR's CEO and founder, Tyler McMurder, along with my in-race reporter for the evening, the 2022 NOSSCAR Novice Cup Series champion, Alex Tesdall. He's out there in the number 17 Ford Mustang. He finished 10th in stage 1. Sit back, relax, grab a cold can of soda, and enjoy the show. Round 6 underway, stage 2 underway. 24 drivers from 2 different countries started this race. USA and Canada both represented in this event here tonight. It's a 162 lap event. We have 2 cars off the racetrack already. This leaves 22 cars left on the racetrack, and almost all of them on the lead lap, still with a chance to win this race. And during our introduction here, Aaron Garcia in the number 24 Chevy Camaro has taken the race lead from the 20 of Trey Hollywood. Got Carter Smith in the 2 right behind him, giving him a wild push down the back straightaway, maybe with the intention to get some breathing room from the rest of the field. And Jenkins settles into 3rd. Dustin Franklin settles into 4th in that 3 car. The 20 of Trey Hollywood has slid back to 5th now. There's Matt Smith inside the top 10, running in that 7th position. Didn't have the stage 1 he was hoping for. Led a couple of laps during the green flag pit stops, but finished 11th and is looking for better here. It's a wild card event, folks. Some of the top drivers on paper are not going to necessarily be running at the front and leading the most laps here today. The reason why this event is called the High Draft 500 is because the draft influence has been turned up sky high, folks, for this event. This event very much a Talladega Daytona feel out there for these drivers. The draft is critical. It's the most important thing in this race. Just like the real-life NASCAR Cup Series these days, ever since the repave at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Aaron continues to lead, and all of that pushing done there by Carter Smith in the 2 did not allow them to drive away from the rest of the field, and that's what Alex and I were talking about before the broadcast began, before the race began. We didn't feel like anyone was actually going to be able to drive away from anyone unless they had a group of about 4 to 7 or 8 cars all lined up nose to tail without stepping at a line to battle for position. And right now we're seeing just that. Aaron Garcia, the leader. Carter Smith in the 2 in 2nd, giving great help, pushing help there with the draft. Landon Jenkins and Dustin Franklin in this group as well. The second group has begun to form, and it seems to be led by the number 20 of Trey Hollywood. And just as I mentioned that, Matt Smith in the 21 is making a move to the inside, bringing a couple of his teammates with him. Alex Tesdall in the 17, and just in front of him, Jesse Carlson in the 6. Jordan Roughton pushing the 17 as well in that 8 Chevy Camaro, but then wiggled a little bit going into that corner, turn 1. Went up the hill, and Trey Hollywood in the 20 got to the inside, and he's getting pushed from the number 9 of Josh Colin-Diaz, the 9 car, of course, the 2021 NOSSCAR Legend Series champion. Knows these Cup cars really well. Right now side by side with Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18 car. He's a former NOSSCAR champion on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition and Supercross. Ethan Hoekstra in the 51 making a quality pass there for position, getting in front of Jeffrey in the 18. Good battles all throughout the field. Connor Brown in the number 78 car in hot pursuit of The 25 of Blair Roussel just in front of him, one of two Canadian drivers in tonight's race. Finished second earlier tonight at Las Vegas, Blair did. And of course, he won the season opener at Daytona to kick off the 2023 Platinum Cup season. Blair just behind Dave Marks Jr. in the 41. And Harold Burden in the 12. Harold came into tonight's two races fourth in the point standings. Kenny Adair, the 2018 NOSSCAR Truck Series champion, back on NASCAR Heat 2, if you can believe it. Out there in the 36 car, runs a part-time schedule here in the Platinum Cup Series, logging laps and getting some valuable seat time here. Landon Jenkins off to a great start here for this race. Got a top 5 in Stage 1, running third here so far in Stage 2. He's our 2022 NOSSCAR World Champion. From the F1 games side of things here. And a driver who does really need a good run right behind him, Dustin Franklin in the 3. Missed a couple of races so far in the first 5 that have been completed before this one. Finds himself outside of the top 16 in the point standings for the playoffs. Long way to go here in the regular season still, but certainly not the way he normally starts his full-time campaigns. Missing those 2 races has really put him behind in the points, and he's got a pretty big hole to dig himself out of. Running up there in 4th is a great way to start. Matt Smith now leads the second group of cars. Jesse Carlson, Alex Tesdall, Trey Hollywood right there with him. Trey Hollywood in the 20 at the back of this group, running an AP1 Stage 1. Very successful here at the races where it depends greatly on the draft. 5 Super Speedway wins for Trey Hollywood in his NOSSCAR career. Second most all time. And as long as he's on the lead lap at the beginning of the final stage, he's got a shot to win each and every single one of these Super Speedway style races with these high draft influence formats. The battle for the lead is getting interesting. Carter Smith has decided to drop down to the bottom and take a look. Landon Jenkins, Dustin Franklin both went with him, and now Aaron Garcia in the 24 is going to slide back into 4th, the last car in line in the lead group. And don't look now, folks, but Matt Smith in the 21, Jesse Carlson in the 6. They're making up some of this ground, and they might bring Alex Tesdall and Trey Hollywood with them. If they do, it's going to be an 8-car battle for the lead and eventually for the Stage 2 win. Let's throw it down to our in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall. Alex, what's the fuel situation looking like in the stage? Is everybody going to have to pit under green?
Yeah, I believe it'll be a one stop under green. I gotta confirm here in a second, so I don't sip the food menus too much.
No problem.
Yeah, it'll be a little close, but one stop is doable.
Perfect, thank you. We'll let you get back at it. Running in 7th, a great start for Alex Tesdall here tonight. Whoa, and problems for Aaron Garcia. Gets really loose coming out of turn 2. Went all the way down and brushed the inside wall just a little bit. Comes back up onto the racetrack in the 6th position, just in front of Alex Tesdall. And this is actually a gift for Alex. It gives him another car to draft with here. Might connect them like a bridge back up there to Matt Smith and Jesse Carlson. That was a little bit wild, and for the most part, a very good save by Aaron Garcia. Could have been much, much worse. The contact with the inside wall was very, very minimal, and pretty much as minimal as you can get without actually not making contact with the inside wall. A great save by this year's NOSSCAR Motormaster Series champion. Also won the NOSSCAR Truck Series championship now 2 years in a row. Has decided to retire from both the Trucks and Motormaster Series and focus primarily on the Platinum Cup Series every season, full-time in this number 24 car. There's Blair Roussel. Both two Canadians in tonight's field, the season opener winner at Daytona. Right now scored in the 10th position, if I'm not mistaken, just behind Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Josh Colm-Diaz, Trey Hollywood, Harold Burden, excuse me, not Jeffrey Robinson Jr., but actually that's Jordan Roughton in the 8th car. Dave Marks Jr. in the 41, Connor Brown in the 78, not too far behind these drivers. Rush Downing in the 7 car is coming to pit road now. Ethan Hoekstra up there in the top 15. Emily Seri, the other of the 2 Canadian drivers in tonight's race, running in the, I believe, 15th or 16th position. Just trying to give you guys an update on where some of your favorite Platinum Cup Series drivers are scored as they run right now in Stage 2. Ethan Hoekstra in the 51 here. Of course, won a couple of races last year in the Novice Cup Series, and then this year in the Novice Cup Series, breaking out and having a great season along to winning the NASCAR Novice Cup Series Championship here in 2023. That series, of course, hosted in the Xfinity cars for all drivers that are new to the game, still learning, still testing the waters here, and it was a great moment for him here in his young NASCAR career. Right now drafting with his teammate Connor Brown in the 78. And the bridge effect I was mentioning a little bit about, Aaron Garcia did not end up staying with the lead group, so Alex Tesdall and Trey Hollywood are just simply following along in the tire tracks of the 24. They were anyways, up until the green flag pit stops have started to begin. A few of them just peeled off. This leaves Alex Tesdall out on the racetrack with no draft as of right now, running in 5th ever since a bunch of drivers have peeled down pit road. Ethan Hoekstra, Jordan Roughton, a number of cars on pit road. This leaves the lead to Landon Jenkins in the 77 for now. Dustin Franklin in the 3 is coming to pit road right here and now. Carter Smith in the 2, the pole winner for this race, comes to pit road also. Oh no, and Dustin Franklin missed the entrance to pit road just barely, and I mean barely. And while he was flooring it down pit road to try to get back off of pit road to go around one more time, he actually ran into some of the cars that were leaving their pit stalls, and now he's got a ton of front end damage to that number 3 Chevy Camaro. Not only is he going to need to go around slowly around the track and lose time that way, but he's going to have to take time to repair this damage either on this pit stop or the next one, which would be at the end of Stage 2. That's a heartbreaker for the driver who was running in 4th before the cycle of green flag pit stops began. Harold Burden is on pit road in the 12. Luca in the 73 is on pit road as well. Luca had a solid debut in his NASCAR Platinum Cup Series debut just earlier tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Spent most of the race up there in the top 10. Oh, and there's a crash coming out of turn 4. Jesse Carlson, Aaron Garcia, the 22 is involved with Sean Lucas. We might have a yellow.
Yeah, there's a yellow. Wow.
And I didn't see exactly what started it. I was kind of going through the field a little bit, but I do know that Aaron Garcia was involved along with Jordan Roughton and Sean Lucas and Jesse Carlson as well in the 6. I think that somebody was going to come to pit road and either didn't signal and the cars behind them didn't know, or somebody lost control trying to come to pit road and came back up onto the track. I'm not too sure, but we are under caution, and this might pin a number of cars one lap down. Let me know how many cars are a lap down, Alex.
9th on back.
Wow. Now, the good news for them is they might be able to not pit and take a wave around, but it depends on if any of the leaders stay out or not.
The caution came out just as a couple of us left the pits, so yeah.
So there's 9 cars on the lead lap?
Yep.
Wow. This changes literally everything. The green flag is back in the air. Aaron Garcia in the 24 and Carter Smith in the 2 are at the back of the pack right now. I don't know if they took waiver rounds or if they got a free pass or one of them did or not. I don't know if they're in contention for this win anymore. This is wild. And now they're good to go to the rest of the way to the green and white checkered flags at the end of stage 2 on tires and fuel. There's no more pitting in this stage. And there are a number of cars trying to race their way for the free pass spot. The 24 just went through the grass on the front straightaway. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is now slow down on the apron in turns 1 and 2. Some contact now between the 20 and the 24 down the backstretch. Things are getting heated here in the High Draft 500 at Atlanta. Now Landon Jenkins takes the lead. Matt Smith rushed the ball on the front stretch. Connor Brown is going to follow the 77 through, so put the Bull Pluto Racing teammates up there in first and second with Matt Smith, the 3-time Platinum Cup Series champion, in third. Dustin Franklin has rebounded. After missing pit road and getting damage on pit road, Dustin Franklin is up there in fourth on the lead lap. Harold Burton in the 12 car runs fifth. And I'm not sure if Aaron Garcia in the 24 is on the lead lap or not. Alex, can you let us know?
No, he is not.
Okay, are you?
Yes, I am. I am currently P6, and the 2 behind me is P7.
Okay. So Carter Smith...
I think the 24 is the free pass car right now.
I think you're right. So Harold Burton is on the lead lap?
Yes, he is.
Okay. And the 2 car, he's on the lead lap?
Yep.
So he started at the tail of the field, so I'm thinking he either got the free pass or he got a wave around. He
got the free pass. Okay. There was no wave around to the couple of us stayed out.
Okay, okay. And what a break for Carter Smith in the 2 getting the free pass. There's only 9 cars scored on the lead lap after a caution came out right in the middle of a green flag pit stop cycle, and a number of cars got trapped 1 lap down. Some 2 laps down. And the battle for the lead looks like this. Landon Jenkins, 2022 NASCAR World Champion, holding on to the lead with his teammate Connor Brown, just behind him in the 78 car, 3-time Platinum Cup Series champion. Matt Smith in the 21 Ford for Brett Baker Racing scored in third. Just kind of riding along and providing some draft assistance, and as long as they continue to run single file like this, they might be able to keep the gap that they have been able to work on over the drivers running fourth on back. And I can now tell you Carter Smith in the 2 is now the lead car for that second group. He's been strong all race long, won the pole for this race. That might be trouble for these top 3. He's got the first car 1 lap down. Aaron Garcia just behind him. He's not running in fourth. He's actually scored in 10th. The first car 1 lap down at this time, hoping for a caution or hoping to at least stay where he is all the way to the end of stage 2. 24 cars started this race, 21 of them left on the racetrack, 9 cars on the lead lap. It's round 6 of the 2023 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season, hosted here on NASCAR Heat 5. The draft influence is on high. It's the High Draft 500 at Atlanta. Chris Bodrin, one of the cars off the racetrack. Timmy Brown in the 13 car, another one done for the day. Emily Sari, one of the 2 Canadian drivers in the 62 car, is done for the day. Good battles for position everywhere here. Jesse Carlson in the 6, Alex Tesdall in the 17, the 73 of Luca. Some of these cars are trapped one lap down, but Alex in the 17, our in-race reporter, is on the lead lap. And I believe the battle with the 6 car is for position.
Nah, he's stuck a lap down too.
Oh, wow. So you are running in 9th?
7th.
7th? Who's in 8th and 9th?
Dave and No Luck.
All right, thank you. Some of the drivers you wouldn't normally see in the top 10 in a 24-car race like this with such a stacked field are actually indeed up in the top 10 ever since that caution during the green flag cycle of pit stops really shuffled things. And you got drivers like the Daytona 500 winner Blair Roussel in the 25, Luca in the 73 who's been strong all race long, Jesse Carlson in the 6 car, trapped one lap down, and you've got drivers like Dave Marks Jr. in the 41 and Sean Lucas in the 22 up there in the top 10, having a really solid day, and they're going to get some stage points here in stage 2 if all holds station and everything stays the way that it is. Now I can confirm 4 cars off the racetrack, so we have 20 cars left on the racetrack, 9 cars on the lead lap working stage 2 here at Atlanta. We'll get a laps to go update from Alex Tesdall the next time he hits the start-finish line.
7 to go.
10-4, thank you. 7 laps to go here for the leaders, and now they're working their way down the back straightaway, and we can confirm Matt Smith has taken the race lead from Landon Jenkins. He was running in 3rd the last time we saw him, so not only has he been able to work his way around the 78 of Connor Brown, but he's been able to make a clean pass on our 2022 NASCAR World Champion as well. Landon came into tonight's 2 races 3rd in the point standings in that 77 car with no wins yet, no stage wins yet. Now he's got himself a stage win that came earlier tonight at Las Vegas. He's battling here for his first ever NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win with a 3-time NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, Matt Smith. It's not going to be easy. In fact, it may not ever get any more difficult than it is right now, but he's working them really good here. He's trying to find an open spot, whether it's on the bottom or the top. I think the bottom line is the place you want to go. The good news for Landon is he has a teammate right behind him in Connor Brown. Good friend of him off the track as well. They talk strategy and talk racing and watch races sometimes online together, and now they're drafting together here for a stage win. And just as I'm talking about how strong their friendship is, there was a little bit of contact between the two, and now they both are kind of split up a bit, and now this leaves Matt Smith with the lead. Is it 4 to go at the line this time by?
3.
3, okay, thank you. Special shout out and thank you to our in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall, always helping me piece all of this together. 3 laps to go in stage 2. Matt Smith, your leader, by about 3 car lengths, 4 car lengths over the 77 of Landon Jenkins. The 36 of Kenny Adair is going to go another lap down here at Atlanta. He lost 1 lap in the exchange of the green flag cycle of pit stops, and he's going to lose a 2nd here. Now 2 to go. Two laps remaining in stage 2. Matt Smith with a 3 car length advantage over the 77 of Landon Jenkins. I don't know if Landon is going to get there in time or not. And the white flag has been shown. The next time by, they will see the green and white checkered flags to signal the end of stage 2. Matt Smith now with about a 2 car length advantage over Landon Jenkins. Landon's closed the gap a little bit over the last 2 laps, but not enough to be there close enough to make a move or use a bump and run method to take this stage win away from the three-time champ. Matt Smith comes out of turn 4, sees the green and white checkered flags, and he'll capture that 73rd career stage win in his NASCAR Platinum Cup Series career. It is the all-time most by a wide margin. Rewrote the record books and the history books in the Platinum Cup Series for years, did Matt Smith in that 21 car, driving for Brett Baker Racing now this season in the 23. 73rd career stage win, second of the season if I'm not mistaken. Landon Jenkins finishes the stage in third. Landon finishes second in stage 2. Connor Brown will finish in third in stage 2. What a charge for Carter Smith. He'll finish in fourth in stage 2, restarting at the tail of the field after getting the free pass. Now we'll have 10 cars on the lead lap for the beginning of the final stage. Aaron Garcia, the points leader, 3 wins for him this season. He gets the free pass. He'll restart in 10th at the tail of the field, and we'll see if he can do what Carter Smith did. The green flag is back out. The final stage is underway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The High Draft 500 is rolling again. The goal for all of these drivers will be to simply stay with the leaders at all costs. If you can stay in the lead pack, you've got a shot to win this race. The bottom has been the preferred groove for most of this race. Matt Smith, Carter Smith, Landon Jenkins, Connor Brown, Harold Burden, Alex Tesdall, Sean Lucas, Dustin Franklin, Trey Hollywood, your top 10. And it's
Hollywood's still a lap down.
Oh, okay, thank you. Trey Hollywood right now, the first car, 1 lap down in 11th. Always great action on these restarts, all race long really, but these restarts are really wild, especially on these 1.5 miles, and if it's going to be wild anywhere on any of these 1.5 miles, Atlanta Motor Speedway with the high draft influence package that we offer here every time we come to Atlanta, it just makes for a very wild and exciting race. Everybody's got a shot to win as long as you have good decision making and can keep the car in the draft and on the bottom a lot of the times, but also use the run from the top. Like, you really can't fall behind the leaders. The more you battle side by side for position, though, the more prone you are to lose the lead pack. There's a lot. It's like a high-speed chess match, just like Daytona and Talladega. The top 5 have driven away a little bit from the rest of the field, and we've seen this. It's a bit of a pattern. The only thing that changes are the faces and the cars that keep on doing it. Every time we see about a group of 4 to 7, 4 to 8 cars get lined up single file, they are capable sometimes of driving away from the rest of the field, especially if the rest of the field is still continuing to battle side by side for position, and that's exactly what's happening. This time, the lead group belongs to Matt Smith, Carter Smith, Landon Jenkins, Connor Brown, and Alex Tesdall. They are all in the draft up here at the front. 24 cars started this race, 20 of them left on the racetrack, 10 cars on the lead lap. Dustin Franklin, one of the lead lap cars. Another lead lap car here is Sean Lucas in the 22, and of course Aaron Garcia in the 24, the points leader with 3 wins in the first 5 races this season. On the lead lap, getting the free pass at the end of stage 2. He restarted at the tail of the field out of the 20 cars left on the track, and he's worked his way up into 7th in line, just behind the 73 Toyota of Luca, making his second ever start here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. Aaron Garcia trying to find a way around him now to continue his march forward. And he gets to the inside of him. Ethan Hoekstra now off the racetrack and done for the day. This leaves 19 cars left on the racetrack. 24 started. Now put Aaron Garcia up in 6th in the 24, leading the second group, and now Jordan Roughton just crashed into the 73 of Luca, wrecked him on the front straightaway. Josh Colm,
that's a yellow.
Absolutely it is. Josh Colm Diaz in the 9 car was involved as well. He went down and slammed the inside wall heavy, and this brings out a caution. Who is our free pass car, Alex?
Bubba Hollywood.
And he's in 11th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we will have 11 cars now on the lead lap for the restart here in the final stage. How many laps to go?
47 to go.
So if we go green from here, it is a one-stop strategy. Let's see what happens. And yeah, I'm not sure why Jordan is the one protesting here, because I saw him go to the right, drive to the right, while there were 3 wide, and wreck him into the outside wall on the front stretch. I'm not sure why or what that was about.
Maybe something happened prior to that.
Maybe, but not the way to handle it, that's for sure. The green flag is back out. These cars are in the restart zone. We're underway again. With about 44 laps to go at Atlanta. Pardon me. And everybody driving down to the inside line. It seems to be the preferred groove in this race. At Las Vegas earlier tonight, you can make moves on either line. You can make moves anywhere, but here at Atlanta it seems to be all about the bottom. Once in a while you'll see somebody step out of line and try it just because they're coming with such a run, but sometimes it is smart to just tuck in line and not lose the draft with the leaders. There was a number of drivers that benefited from this caution. One of them, of course, Trey Hollywood, the free pass car, but another was Aaron Garcia in the 24. He had worked his way all the way through the traffic after restarting at the tail of the field for the prior restart, worked his way up into 6th, but had lost the draft with the top 5. Now this restart brings them right back close together again, and now Aaron finds himself running in 5th, the last car in line in this lead group. Now making a move to the inside of Connor Brown for the 4th position. One more, and he's right there with Carter Smith and Matt Smith. No relation between the two Smiths up here running 1-2. Same thing with Connor Brown and Timmy Brown, no relation there either. Kind of like in real life with Chandler Smith and Sammy Smith and Zane Smith. There's a whole lot of Smiths around the racing world, it seems, and none of them are related. Connor Brown has lost touch with the top 4 now. The top 4 seem to be in complete control here and set themselves up as the lead pack. Connor Brown going to be the lead car of the second group here shortly as they continue to catch him. And now Carter Smith took a look to the inside of Matt Smith, thought better of it, and he actually checked up quite a bit to the point where the 24 got along the outside of him. They're all going to get back single file. I think that these are just little tricks, little moves, little mind games by Carter Smith to try to maybe break the draft with the 24 and the 77. Now, Sean Lucas in the 22 is the lead car in line of the second group. He is on the lead lap and scored in 5th. Do you know if Josh Colm Diaz is on the lead lap, Alex?
Right now, no.
No? Okay. Now he's the first car 1 lap down in that 9 car. Josh Colm Diaz is in the 12th position. Behind him in the 6th position and on the lead lap is the 20 of Trey Hollywood. The 7th position belongs to Dustin Franklin in the 3. Is Jordan Roughton in the 8 on the lead lap?
No, he's currently at 16th.
Okay, so the 8th position belongs to Alex Pesdal in the 17 car. It's been top 10 pretty much all race long. Who's the car behind you in 9th? Is it Dave?
It's Oof.
Also, Jesse Carlson back on the lead lap, running in 9th. And then is it Dave Marks Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, great run for Dave, capitalizing on a caution that happened during a green flag cycle at pit stops. He stayed on the lead lap, and because of this, he's been in the top 10 pretty much all race long. Admittedly, he'll even tell you it doesn't seem to have the speed of some of these other drivers here tonight at Atlanta, but if everything stays the way it is, and as long as he has a good pit stop under green here, if it happens under green, then he should be able to hold on for a top 10. And problems apparently for the 24 Blair Roussel. I'm not sure exactly what that was about. We didn't see anything, but he is off the racetrack and done for the day. 24 cars started this race. We only have 18 cars left on the racetrack. There's been some attrition here tonight for the High Draft 500 at Atlanta. Trey Hollywood in the 20 has worked his way to 5th position now. The 3 of Dustin Franklin scored in 6th. Alex Pesdal running in 7th in the 17. Jesse Carlson in 8th in the 6th car. Sean Lucas in 9th in the 22. Dave Marks Jr. in the 41 rounds out the top 10. Rush Downing in the 7 car making a pit stop here. Under green, it's going to cost him some time for sure. The leader is Matt Smith in the 21. Carter Smith in the 2 runs in 2nd. Aaron Garcia has found a way by Landon Jenkins in the 77 to put himself up into 3rd there. And we'll get an update about how many...
And we got a yellow.
Oh, we do. And I believe this is the 7th caution of the race for an on-track incident here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Most of them coming in stage 1 before we began the broadcast. I don't know what brought out this caution. Rush down.
73 must have got loose or something entering turn 1. And he went down on the apron and then back up onto the track and slammed the outside wall.
That is unfortunate. Sean Lucas in the 22 got damage from the incident. 2-car crash, bringing out the caution here in the final stage. Luca making his 2nd career start here in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. Had a great debut earlier tonight at Las Vegas. Spent most of that race in the top 10. Even drove up into the top 5 at one point. We're getting more reports that the 9 car of Josh Colm Diaz might have also been involved in that. 18 cars left on the racetrack. Everyone still will have to come to pit road for 1 stop under green if we go green the rest of the way from here. And we are rolling again.
Someone's going to try to make it. We're a lap short.
Oh, wow. So, what is it, 25 to go?
29 to go.
Oh, okay, 10-4. You're right, somebody's going to try it. If you're only 1 short, that's very doable. For example, I can already tell you that Jesse Carlson's going to make it. Harold Burton's going to make it. Sean Lucas might make it. It's going to be close. We'll have to see what happens. Carter Smith, your leader after this restart. We've seen so many lead changes, so many different leaders in this race. Carter Smith led laps earlier in this race, takes the lead again for a 2nd time in this race. Whoa, we got contact between teammates, the 17 and the 6. There's a big crash coming out of turn 4. Dave Marks Jr. was involved. He's the one who hit the outside wall and came to almost a dead stop, and a number of cars ran into him and had nowhere to go. Jordan Roughton in the 8 car, Alex Tesdall in the 17. They were some of the drivers who had no chance of missing this one. And the caution comes out again here in the final stage, and you can scrap the idea of everybody having to maybe pit for a splash and go. Everybody's going to be good now from this point forward. We're going to restart with about 24, maybe 23 laps to go at Atlanta. Alex, any comment on the incident? I don't know. What started it between you and Jesse?
78 threw it to the inside and threw me into his door.
Yep, that would start it. Well, the good news for you is the caution came out, so you'll get lined up again and have another shot at this. I believe we have now 13 cars on the lead lap, could be 12. We are green again. 24 laps to go.
Now we can make it.
Landon Jenkins takes the lead for the first time in this race in the number 77 Chevy Camaro for his self-owned team, Bold Pluto Racing. He's got a 5-car operation. Oh, and there's a big crash deep in the field. Rush Downing, Jordan Roughton, and a couple of other cars involved. They're still crashing
and
over
another yellow.
Yeah, they're still crashing over in turns 3 and 4. Jordan Roughton in the 8 has been involved in a couple of crashes here tonight. He was involved in this one again. Rush Downing in the 7 car as well. How many cars on the lead lap, Alex, and who's the free pass?
Yeah, 15 on the lead lap, and Pickle will get the free pass, and he will get one of his 2 laps back.
All right. Yeah, things are getting crazy here in the High Draft 500 at Atlanta. We're going to restart with, if I had to guess, about 18, 19 laps to go. And it's only going to get more and more crazy from this point forward if we keep getting caution after caution after caution. Every restart we have with less and less and laps left every time, it's just going to be a higher level of urgency for these drivers to get to the front before they see the checkered flag. They want the win. They want the top 5. Some of these drivers have different agendas and different goals than others. To the restart zone they go. Across the start-finish line, we are green again. Bad restart for Jesse Carlson in the 6. He went up towards the outside wall and let a number of cars go by him. He drops to the tail of the field as we stay green. Landon Jenkins, the leader. Carter Smith in second, getting a push from Matt Smith up on the outside. I don't think the outside line is the preferred line, though. I think if they stay up there, eventually the bottom line is going to prevail, but I've been wrong before. Carter led that lap. Matt Smith giving him a great push on the outside, and I'm wrong, folks. I'll admit it. But they've cleared the 77 and the 24, and they now drop down to the bottom line and take over the first and second spots. They're definitely not going to let one or the other win this thing, though. There's going to be a time within these last 17, 16 laps or so where the 21 decides to try to make a move on the 2. We saw it at Phoenix, and it opened the door for the 24 of Aaron Garcia to swoop on in and capture the victory, park it in victory lane there for round 4 of the season. Let's see if it happens here again in round 6, but this time at Atlanta. We'll throw it down to Alex Tesdall to get a laps to go update at the line.
17 to go.
10-4, thank you. 15 cars on the lead lap, 18 of them left in the race. This is round 6 of the 2023 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season, hosted here in NASCAR Heat 5. Carter Smith looking to hold on for his 2nd career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win. Aaron Garcia with a strong move down to the inside of the 3-time Platinum Cup champion Matt Smith. He'll take over 2nd and put himself right behind the leader. Trey Hollywood right there in 4th in that 20 car. 5 super speedway wins for Trey here in NASCAR across the 3 major series. And I know that this is not necessarily a super speedway race, but the high draft influence format that we have here at Atlanta Motor Speedway really offers similar racing to Daytona and Talladega. And whenever you give him a format like that, Trey Hollywood is always there at the end, and he's there in fourth, knocking on the door of another win. Harold Burden in the 12 car took a look to the outside, didn't have any help. Now Luca in the 73 trying to look low of the 20. It's going to lift a bit and let the 20 hold on to that spot for now. Josh Colombiez makes a move on the 12 of Harold Burden to take over 6. Now Aaron Garcia goes to the inside of Carter Smith for the lead going into turn 1. Now the top 3 are actually beginning to drive away from the rest of the field a little bit, so there was nobody to help the 24 with the draft, and the 21 and Matt Smith decided to go with his teammate up on the outside instead. So Aaron tucks back in line, holds on to second. They're single file yet again. Luca in the 73 finds himself up there in fourth now, leading the second group of cars with Josh Colombiez, Landon Jenkins, Harold Burden, Trey Hollywood, and others right behind him. Dustin Franklin and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. up there in the top 10 in that second group as well. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say 12 laps to go. We'll see what Alex says.
Yep, you got it.
Wow, I got to buy a lottery ticket. 12 to go. Aaron Garcia takes the race lead from Carter Smith. Matt Smith goes with him and put the 2 back to third. He did it. He found a way, and for the first time since stage 1, Aaron Garcia is going to lead a lap here in the high draft. 511 laps to go. And it's hard to believe, folks. He's missed a few races. I guess that could be why, but it's hard to believe that the only driver here in this top 3 battle that's not won a race this season happens to be the 3-time champ, Matt Smith in the 21. Aaron in the 24 has 3 wins this year. Carter in the 2 has 1 win this year. Ten to go at Atlanta. Luca in the 73 beginning to reel in the top 3 a little bit. Harold Burden in the 12 car runs in 5th. Right behind them, Trey Hollywood runs in 6th as of now. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in 7th. And now the 2 Brett Baker Racing Ford Mustangs working together on the outside to try to make a move on the 24. The only thing the 24 can do is force them to try to make the pass on the outside like he's doing and hope that the rest of the field catches you and decides to go to the bottom. Because they are catching him. Luca in the 73 is reeling in this top 3 and bringing Harold Burden in the 12 with him, or at least he was. Harold really missed the entrance to turn 3 that last time by. 7 laps to go at the line this time by, if I'm not mistaken.
8 to go.
8 to go, thank you. And it's working, folks. Luca is there in the 73, but he's going to the outside. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to the bottom with the 24 of Aaron Garcia. Pardon me. And you can see the difference there that it made. Aaron suddenly is the one edging out in front at the start-finish line just simply because he's got 1 car behind him now. 7 to go. What is going to happen? Now I don't know what you can do from here if you're the 2 of Carter Smith and the 73 of Luca. You're pretty much at the mercy of the car in front of you unless you make a 3-wide move, and it's a little bit easier to do if you're on the bottom, and now that's exactly what's going on. Luca makes a move to the inside. 6 laps to go at Atlanta, and the 73 has taken the lead for the first time in this race. He got really loose coming into turn 2. Had to grab a handful of steering wheel, makes a good save, and he holds on to the race lead. What a show we're watching. 5 laps to go this time by as they hit the line right now. Aaron Garcia makes a lane change, goes to the outside. He's going to have Carter Smith behind him, and now Carter's going to tuck down to the inside and help his teammate. This might mean that Aaron's going to go to the back of this group. Luke is trying everything he can to defend the inside line, protect the bottom. Oh! There was contact between the 24 and the 2 as the 24 tried to get down to the inside because he finally had a hold there. The 2 almost closed it up, and there was contact made. Now 3 to go, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it'll be 3 to go at the line.
Oh, perfect, okay. I was mistaken. The 21 of Matt Smith finds a way, and he takes the lead here at Atlanta, coming to 3 laps to go at the line this time by. Aaron Garcia now positions himself in second. Carter Smith makes a wild dive bomb move to the inside of the 24. He's there. He moves them up the track. And the 73 of Luca is going to take over second now and is going to try to run down Matt Smith before the end of this race. Will we see a bump and run? We're coming to 2 to go at the line. Two laps to go. Can Luca get the job done in only his second career start? Can he park it in victory lane? Carter Smith with a good run. Oh, he couldn't quite get down to the inside of the 73, so he went to the outside. Now he's going to get passed by the 24. Coming out of turn 4, there we see it. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by NOSSCAR. The High Draft 500 at Atlanta is coming to a close. It will be in the history books here soon, and we will be 6 races deep into the 2023 season. Does anybody have anything for the 21 of Matt Smith? Here they come. And they're going to have to get him off the bottom. They're going to have to use the bumper to do it at this point, simply because they've got 1 corner left. They're not going to do it. Matt Smith, the 3-time champ, is going to hold on to get his first win of the season. He wins the High Draft 500 at Atlanta. First win of 2023 for Matt Smith, and the 47th career win for him here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. That is the most all-time. Luca in the 73 is going to finish in second, and it was a close one there between the 2 of Carter Smith and the 24 of Aaron Garcia. Who got 3rd and 4th, Alex?
Favre and Blackcross.
All right, so yeah, Carter Smith finishing 3rd and Aaron Garcia finishing 4th at the end there. What a wild battle that was. We'll have an interview coming your way shortly, live from Victory Lane with Matt Smith in the 21. What a spectacular race this was. There was not a single dull moment all race long. We couldn't do one of those crank-it-ups in this race, Alex. There was too much going on. Two wide, 3 wide, 4 wide, lead changes. I would say that the turning point of the race was definitely when the caution came out during the green flag cycle of pit stops in stage 2. That really pinned a lot of drivers 1 and 2 laps down. Some of them could not ever recover from that. Alex Tesdall with the 3rd fastest lap of the race. I just wanted to mention that to you quickly since you're in here. And
Nice.
if you have Showtime Flash on your friends list, please invite him into the race reporter chat if you can.
I don't believe I do.
No problem, I'll do it. And we are now joined in victory lane by the three-time NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, driver of the number 21 Ford Mustang for Brett Baker Racing, Matt Smith, one of the legends here in NASCAR, one of the very best to ever race on NASCAR Heat 5 on a console. Congratulations, buddy. First win of the season for you. The 47th win of your NASCAR Platinum Cup Series career, which is an all-time record. And what a wild one to get it at here. It was a high draft influence race, a super speedway style race with the format and the car package that we had out there. Everyone had a shot at this. You went from, the lead all the way back to 15th, up to the lead again a number of different times in this race like everybody else did. Tell us how you were able to get the job done and hold off the 24, 73, and the 2 at the end there.
Well, it's good to be back in the booth. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It has been difficult. Clearly Black Cross just keeps getting better, and then for some reason I thought it was a good idea to get Carter in this series too, so it was just two of the best on the game that I have to try to beat whenever I join over here. But it was nuts, man. Setup was really good though. I was really confident in the car, after about 8 to 10 laps, and it was nice, having some other Fords up there. Had a little bit of misfortune early. I got collected. I think it was Dew King in the 13, but I don't know if he got hit below him or what, but wiped me the heck out, and just tried to be patient, not get collected and other stuff, but very fast. The draft, I didn't realize it was on high, but now that you said that, it makes sense why the cars were acting the way that they were. But some really good racing for the lead. The 2 and the 24 started to really get into it for their positioning, to try to get the 73 and then try to get to me, and they kind of made some contact, and I think that was really what helped me the most, because I think with either one of those two they would have really pressured me getting off the corner, where I was able to put a car or two between the 73 and I. Yeah, man, it was pretty stressful, but it was awesome to get another win in Atlanta.
It looked like it was stressful for the drivers out there tonight. I was making jokes with Alex in the booth here about how much fun it was to watch from up here in the booth, but how high the anxiety was, I'm sure, for all the drivers out there. 2 wide, 3 wide, all race long, many different leaders and lead changes, and at the end of it all, you parked it in victory lane. In those situations at the very end of the race, when the draft is strong and everything like that, do you prefer to be the leader with 2 to go, or do you prefer to be the car right behind the leader? Because it seemed like being the leader for those last few laps really worked for you.
I mean, at Atlanta, any track like that, I guess you want to be in control. Is even if the leader were to make a mistake at that point in the race, if they slide up, they're cutting left, to try to chop you off, and you might end up getting taken out, to be honest, if you get a fender underneath somebody. But yeah, I was questioning whether the 73 would send it on me on the last lap to move me up out of the way, but I gave him a lot of credit for not doing that. You get a lot of respect by, racing others the way that they race you, and I think all of us, there was some beating and banging, side swiping and stuff, but that was a really hard fought last 10 laps. We tried to get the outside to work, and it worked once, and then Black Cross kind of squeezed us up to the wall, and he pulled back ahead, and we tried it again, and tires were just starting to give up some speed. But I love being in this 21 car. Really glad to get a win in it. Hopefully we got some more. The goal is to at least get to 50 for now, and then we'll see what happens from there. But Homestead wasn't as easy as I thought, and thought I was going to lose Phoenix, and I lost it by a fender length. So this one feels really good this time.
Couldn't be more proud of you. The 21 in victory lane looks amazing. I love seeing it. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we go off the air?
So I'll give a shout out to Brett. He agreed to put me in the 21 car, and he knew I wasn't going to be full time, but I think at this stage, he's just trying to collect some checkered flags, and I'm in another league, like around the time the first race starts. So that's what's making it difficult for me at the moment. But it's awesome having Carter over here. And for us to be teammates, I mean, we're gonna race each other hard as hell, teammates or not. But to have him in here racing up front, and then Black Cross racing him, and Shadow's still in here. We were helping each other out early in the race, and then we kind of got split up after a while. But it was nice to get some of those Fords back together. I don't say that hardly ever in my entire life because I'm a Chevy guy, but your team is stacked, Max. So we got hopefully we'll keep bringing some of these fast Fords to the track and give you guys some competition.
Well, I do appreciate that, but in all fairness, in my opinion, there's about 4 powerhouse teams here this year for the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. But yes, I am very fortunate and lucky to have some great, talented drivers on my team there. And I'm sure that you're going to be bringing the thunder every single Monday night here for the Platinum Cup Series. Once again, buddy, it's always great to have you in our races. One of the very best I've ever raced against and ever seen. Your 47th career win here in the Platinum Cup Series tonight, and your first of the season, and first in the 21 car. Congratulations again, man.
I appreciate it. And Shadow, we'll keep working together, buddy. It's nice to be on the same team for once. And we'll try to get some more cars in victory lane here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, and that was Matt Smith, the 3-time NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, future NASCAR Hall of Famer, parking in a victory lane here for the High Draft 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Round 6 of the 2023 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season is now in the history books. I'd like to thank my in-race reporter, Alex Tesdahl, driver of the number 17 Ford Mustang, also a part of Brett Baker Racing, for all the information he was giving us throughout the broadcast. Final thoughts, Alex, before we sign off for the evening.
Long story short, Atlanta was extremely frustrating for me personally. Like, the car had top 5 pace, and I, just couldn't keep it there because, not going to name any names, but there's a lot of guys who need to learn etiquette.
Learn how to what, excuse me?
Learn racing etiquette.
10-4. Yeah, it was a wild race, 2 and 3 wide, and with the high draft like this and everyone having a chance to win, yeah, there was less patience than usual, especially in stage 1. Hopefully you can bounce back next week. We have a triple header next week, one of them being a slightly shorter race than most, and that is why. So go get them next Monday.
Sounds good.
And that's going to do it, folks. Round 6 in the history books. Congratulations once again to the 3-time champion, Matt Smith, parking it in victory lane for the High Draft 500 at Atlanta. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, I'm Tyler McMurder. He was Alex Tesdahl. We are saying so long, and until next Monday, stay fast, folks.